She stole my electricity at night. I exposed her with a smart trap. My name's Trevor Ellis. I'm 41, an aerospace engineer, part-time woodworker, and full-time private guy. I moved into a quiet cul-de-sac in Oak Pine Ridge after working overseas for a decade. All I wanted was silence, space, and maybe a garage big enough to finally build the canoe I'd been sketching since college. I got the house at a deal because the last guy left in a hurry. Something about neighbor troubles. I figured it was just typical suburban bickering. How wrong I was. 2 weeks in, I met Karen. She was everything you'd imagine: pastel polo shirts, clipboard always in hand, and a face permanently twisted into what I call smile grimace. The first thing she ever said to me wasn't "welcome" or "nice to meet you." It was "you haven't trimmed your hedges yet." No introduction, no interest. Just orders. I replied calmly. "I'll get to it this weekend." She squinted, like she was trying to decide if I was a problem or not. Spoiler, I was. At first, I ignored her notes, literally handwritten letters about grass height, hose color, unapproved garage lighting. I'd checked the county. There was no official HOA. Karen was the self-declared president of something that didn't exist. Then came the weird bills. My electric bill tripled. At first, I chalked it up to my workbench. Maybe I'd left something running. But then I shut down everything for a week while I went on a work trip. Came home. Still sky-high usage. That's when I noticed the conduit along the side of my house. It wasn't standard. It wasn't mine. And it ran directly into Karen's backyard. I spent the next week setting up cameras, not flashy ones, discreet. One in the gutter, one in the shed, one hidden in an old birdhouse. All motion triggered, all synced to my laptop and cloud. I also installed a new floodlight one with a surprise siren setting and auto activation if someone tampered with the breaker box. Then I waited. It took 3 days. At 2:17 a.m., a motion alert, Karen, dressed like she was on some kind of spy mission from Walmart, black yoga pants, hoodie, and gloves. She crept to the side of my house and opened the rear electrical panel like she'd done it 100 times. Because she had. She pulled out a small clamp device, an illegal tap line. I watched, jaw clenched, as she checked the readout. This wasn't amateur hour. I hit a button on my phone. The floodlights screamed to life. So did Karen. She fell back, knocked into a planter, then scrambled away, clutching her side. As she ran, the motion-activated sprinkler came on, drenching her in muddy water. Booby trap bonus. I posted the footage on a locked local neighborhood group. Caption: friendly reminder. Don't tap your neighbor's power lines, especially when they're an engineer. It spread like wildfire. And that's when the deeper story unraveled. Part 2, voltage and vindication. By sunrise, the video had made it beyond the neighborhood Facebook group. Someone shared it to Reddit. Another posted it on Nextdoor. By 10 a.m., I had 3 local reporters emailing me for interviews. The video now had subtitles, slow motion analysis, and even a remix version featuring Karen's scream auto-tuned into a dubstep drop. And suddenly, I wasn't just Trevor, the new guy with the overbuilt garage. I was the man who caught HOA Karen committing felony-level power theft on camera. The truth beneath the circuit box. The more I dug, the deeper the conspiracy ran. It turns out Karen had been secretly tapping multiple properties, not just mine. My neighbor Tony, a retired firefighter, mentioned his bills shot up last winter. Carol and Malik, a young couple down the block, said they started showering at the gym because they thought their water heater was broken from overuse. But none of us had connected the dots until now. Karen had set up an intricate system of disguised taps, small, cheap clamp meters linked to her green shed behind her house. From there, she routed stolen current to her private garden grow lights, heated greenhouse panels, and get this, an illegal cryptocurrency mining rig in her garage. She was running a Bitcoin farm off our meters. The alliance, once the story hit the local news, my doorbell started ringing. First it was Tony, who brought over a folder of usage charts from the last year, then Carol and Malik, then Mrs. Jenkins, who didn't say a word but handed me a lemon cake and nodded toward Karen's house like she was giving a silent blessing to burn it down metaphorically. We formed what we half-jokingly called the Power Rangers. Our mission: expose everything, legally, publicly, permanently. We pooled footage, compiled statements. I even had a friend at the utility company confirm usage patterns showed a suspicious siphon from 3 distinct meters, all pointing to Karen's address. Then we lawyered up. The twist: our attorney sent a cease and desist letter followed by a formal complaint to the city. The utility company filed a separate investigation. The police, they got involved the minute they saw the footage. Karen tried to spin the story. She claimed it was a wiring mistake, that I had set her up, that I had tampered with her property to make her look bad. But her problem was she underestimated nerds with cloud storage and timestamp footage. The footage didn't just show her stealing power, it showed her doing it repeatedly over 3 months. Same outfit, same tool, same path. The final blow: when the police raided her garage and found 6 overheating crypto rigs and a bundle of fake HOA letters ready to be distributed. The collapse. The fallout was immediate. Karen was charged with utility theft, fraud, trespassing, and attempted destruction of evidence. The city fined her over $12,000 in back usage, plus restitution to affected neighbors. She pleaded no contest. Her only defense: I thought it was harmless. Her house went up for sale a month later. Unkempt lawn, empty greenhouse, a broken garden gnome face down in the mulch. The HOA that never existed gone with her. The rebuild with Karen out. The street felt lighter, brighter. Tony took over as informal block liaison. He didn't want power, just peace. Carol and Malik planted solar lights along their walkway. Mrs. Jenkins finally replaced her porch swing, saying, maybe now it'll last longer than a month. And me, I installed a small solar grid on my garage and built a neighborhood tool share shed with what was left of Karen's fake HOA signs. I etched her clipboard into the concrete floor as a warning and a joke. It read, "Let there be light, but not stolen." Final reflection: the power of boundaries. Karen thought nobody was watching. That silence meant approval. That intimidation would keep people compliant. But justice isn't loud, it's persistent. Like current through a wire, it flows quietly until it arcs and everything lights up. Call to action. Have you ever dealt with someone abusing fake authority or violating your space? What do you believe makes a real leader in a community? Share your thoughts below and let's talk about where power really belongs.